Welcome to James Hates Everything and another one quarter game review, the series where we have one quarter to play any arcade game, and then we have to rate that game based on that one single play. Today, we are going to take a look at Fancy World Earth of Crisis. This game was released in 1996 by Unico Electronics Limited. And it was met with controversy as this game is less of a unique game and more of a hack or mod, as when people dove into the source code of this game, they found that the developers had stolen code from Data East to make this game. Let's dive right in. Let's take this female protagonist on a journey and see what we think of Fancy World Earth of Crisis. This is Fancy World Earth of Conflict from Unico Electronics Limited, released in 1996. This is one of those cutesy platformers. You can see we've got a little story going here. Very goofy. So let's just jump into this one and quarter up. Right, 1996 Unico Electronics Company. Wonder if that's at all related to the Unico of today that we know and love with the Nova Blast. If this is the Japanese version of Unico or a completely different company altogether. Seems to be a lot of Unicos. Let's go ahead and all right, let's see. What do we do here? Okay. Apparently we're killing chickens. We have a certain number of ammo. Guess I should have got that other bonus item first. Seems pretty simple. We've got, what am I doing? Oh, I guess I cleared the level. Pretty simple. All we got here is just your basic platforming fireball that is helping us take these guys out. I think I killed my own treasure. I got everything, so all right, on to the next level. All right, I spelled put a U in there. So far, so easy. Oh. Oh, come on. That dog is a pain in the butt. Dang it. You really got to watch getting out in the corner. So, wow, that was quick. Got all this way only to get annihilated. So let's just dive into it and talk about this game, because it is a strange one. Okay, there you go. We did our one quarter gameplay. Now it's time to review. Of course, we have to remember this game was released in 1996. And so we're going to go over everything from the graphics to the sound to the story and gameplay, and then give it an overall review. So let's start with the graphics. We have a lot of bright colors. Clearly, the 16-bit style game has some interesting intro screens during those track modes that make it seem like maybe there's more to this game than it is. But As we get in, you see those level designs, super basic. There's not a lot going on. These are single screen platformers, similar, I don't know, to Bubble Bobble and some of these other very, very simple platforming games from the 80s. But we're in the mid 90s at this point. We expect more from our games. And while the colors are nice, really, as you look at the graphics detail, say around all those bricks in the early stages, they're very simple. Our main character is okay. Some of our villains, the chickens, the dogs, they're interesting sprites. They do well. We have a lot of sprites on the screen at a time. That's not bad. Based on what we saw in that graphics, I have to give this probably a 2.1. It's on the lower end. I wouldn't even say these are average. Given the time period this game was released, we expect more. There's just not much to this. Very, very basic. There's not, because we have that single screen, there's not a bunch of parallaxing effects. There's it's just amateurish. It's very simple. And so, like I said, 2.1 is where I'm at on the graphics. It's just not all that intriguing. As we get to the sound effects, the music is okay. It wasn't annoying, and first thing I look for in video game music is not annoying, but it's also not catchy either. So it's not one I'm going to remember. It's not one I'm going to invest hours of gameplay in and just think about all that music. So again, I'm going to say, sound effects, very basic kind of ploink effects when you're shooting and hitting things. It seemed like a lot of the sounds were just reused over and over for different characters and different animations. So I'm going to go 1.8. Just not great on the sound, not horrible, but so I'm hitting on 1.8. Now let's go talk about gameplay. As I mentioned, it's a platformer. It's a cutesy platformer. It's very, very simple. So there's not a lot of challenge there. It was very easy. Sure, once we got to the characters that started throwing objects back at us, the difficulty ramped up a little bit, but still, it's not going to take you more than another quarter to really kind of figure out how to work around those. You simply just got to jump up to another platform to dodge those projectiles. So again, very simple. Maybe in the later stages it gets more puzzly, gets more difficult, but with one quarter we never got that. We never saw it. It was just super duper simple gameplay. Lots of objects, but no clear way of discerning what those objects did. Some of the scoring ones were obvious, but what were all those bonuses with the S's and with the lightnings? What did those do for me? There was no clear indicator that I had some special power, that I was building up to something. I was just left not knowing what was even happening. And so for me, the gameplay, again, below tier. I'm going to go 1.5. This is not a good game. Maybe even 1.3. Like, it's just basic. It's nothing that is going to draw my attention, that's going to keep me playing. So yeah, I'm landing on a 1.3 on this one. It's just not great. But it is easy enough to grab hold and play. It's just not going to hold your attention. So let's talk about story. What story? I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea what the point is. There was no intro scenes telling me, hey, this happened or this happened. Nothing that lets me know what I'm even doing in the objective of this game. Going around killing chickens and dogs. It looks like our main character is a cat. It's very strange. And so story, like I said, maybe if I sat through all that attract mode screens and read all that, maybe I'd have had some more grounding in what I was supposed to be doing. But that stuff belongs at the beginning of the story. Let us know what we're doing and why we're doing what we're doing. And since the game never did that, I don't feel like I have any idea what's going on or why I'm out and about. So for me, 0.5 story, not even a 1. This is below 1 level. Like, at least with 1, you have a story. So I've got to go 0.5 for the story. Now let's talk about overall, right? You've heard my scores when it comes to graphics, sound effects, gameplay style, and story. And while we're not doing the math on it, we're going to combine those scores and give this game an overall rating. Again, so our 1/4 game review score for Fantasy World Earth of Crisis is 1.3. This game is forgettable. I don't know if I would ever play it again. I certainly do not think it's worth throwing more quarters into play. This is a game that you should just walk past if you find it in your local arcade. So that's it. That's our 1/4 game review for Fantasy World Earth of Crisis from Unico Electronics Unlimited. Let me know, guys, in the comments below what you think. It really helps the channel. Don't forget to smash that like button. And for more 1/4 game reviews, hit subscribe, ring the bell for notification. And until next time, have fun.